For those of you who don't know, I'm no longer a spring chicken. Don't let this digitally touched up face that is awash with Korean skincare treatments fool you. I've been around the block. I remember when almond milk was still popular, but not as popular as it is now. So all you little Gen Z pricks, listen up. Put out your Tamagotchis and your Marshall Mathers CDs, because Papa Geordie's has some advice for you. I also have an entire self-help channel that is devoted to advice that is much better than this. Just press the like button. Before you skip this video, I know what you're thinking. Oh yeah, what's he gonna say? Don't have smashed avocados, otherwise you'll never be able to afford a house. Yes, but that's number 10 on the list. Don't skip ahead. I'm gonna give you something you can't find on your fancy TikToks. Wisdom. You can, however, find that on most hot chicks on Instagram's page. I earn my chocolate, yes. That is wiser than anything Confucius said. Tip number 1 actually comes from Miss Love from the podcast, as he is the most Eastern European man in existence, and as such spent 80% of his life in hospo. As is the custom in his homeland, as Croatia pretty much is Europe's Bali. This is a reenactment of what I saw when we were sleeping late at the office last Tuesday. Yeah, that's tip half. Have heaps of slumber parties in your 30s.
Jordan, have you seen Batman?
Let's just replay that footage. No shirt, no shoes, huge arms and a gut, a bottle of vodka next to his shit bed as he looks up at me and asks, "Then have you seen Batman?" He was referring to 1996 Batman, not the movie, the cartoon. Honestly, that man must have been born with an accordion strapped to his hands. Anyway, you know what he gathered working at fucking Maryvale for a couple of years? Flirting with sevens while they're wasted is definitely not worth waking up when you're 30 and realizing that your greatest accomplishment was that you went on Kentucky to Mexico, not even for a month, a fortnight. Your 20s should be focused on acquiring a skill that you can profit off for the rest of your life. I know that it seems like it's a good deal to get half-price shots working for a bar, but you will realize it's a false economy when you want to buy a house. I don't know what it is that you want to get good at, but I can tell you from everybody that is now my age that was not that long ago yours, you want to get damn good at it fast. Because working at a bar when you're 26 is like being Tom Cruise in Cocktail, but how quickly it turns, because at 28, it's like being the old guy in the lighthouse. Tip 2, get good role models. Here's a quick tip. Anybody who appears on the Splendor stage is not a good role model. Buzz Aldrin is a good role model, and not even for anything he's done, just for his functional haircut. Your admiration of band members that are slightly below mainstream musical acts is not coming from the fact that they're talented and special, it's coming from the fact that you're on caps. Over and over again, you will see countless examples of influences shaping you. For instance, if you're really into Tash Sultana, I can guarantee you that this is you coming in and out of parties. Unshaved, unwashed, who surprise, surprise, knows all the benefits of growing hemp. You take that same tune, Drifter, and you make his hero in life Gerald Ford. I can guarantee you within a week he'll be as smooth as a condom and he'll be working at Questacon. Hey, didn't you used to be Bigfoot? The scientific case for Bigfoot is spotty at best. Now, behold gravity in all its glory. Number 3, accept this paradox. No matter what you do in your 20s, you will think that you've wasted it. If you spend all of it partying, you will wake up at 30 and think, oh man, that EP I said I'd finish at 18, still going. Can't believe it after all the work I didn't put into it. Conversely, if you spend your entire 20s working, you will wake up in a gold mansion and think, I wish I went to Thailand and got nits a couple more times. Now I know there's people that'll say, oh well, you just gotta strike a balance. Okay, don't listen to those people. They belong to Group A. Listen to somebody who is in Group B, which pretty much just consists of me and everybody who lives in Hong Kong, workaholics. Do you want to be at 30 with a broken down car, or do you want to be there in a Merc? I don't have a Merc, I've got a beaten up Toyota. But I could get one if I wanted, just not the latest model. It is nice waking up every day thinking, wow, I could go to a really fancy resort and not even sweat it. I won't because I'm a workaholic, but I could. Really the difference is this. Let me break this down even further, still using Southeast Asian references. You can be in your 30s affording an overpriced cocktail in an overpriced resort that if you did 5 minutes search on What If Here, you could probably get for half price, but you don't even have to think about that. Or the closest thing that you can afford to that is drinking a fruit punch as somebody pours their ashtray over the top of your head. Step 4, you really want to start looking after your face. And there is 2 steps to this, but I think I could summarize it into one. Replace doing meth with Korean rice masks. Take it from an ex-model and now budding beauty vlogger. I'd much prefer that life than the one that I currently have. Friendly Geordies, exposing the deep-set corruption of early onset aging. Number 5, and I know that half of my audience is going to press dislike for this one, so press like to cancel them out. Don't do drugs. You think that just because you're 20, your brain can handle it because you're just as sharp as when you're 18. But over time, and I don't know where that is, the balance starts to tip. So you start going to dress-up parties looking like the latest stages of Elton John, and then at some stage, you start just dressing up like that because those are your only clean clothes, talking about this bizarre fantasy world where your next album that's going to come out is going to have you collabing with Jay-Z and Coldplay. You haven't released an EP. Think I'm exaggerating? Ask any other millennial. They'll tell you that's half their friends group now. Miss Love is off camera shaking his head because he knows that he fits very snugly into that category. Hey, who knows? It might end up working out for you. You might end up being a professional Guido like he is. He is pretty much just Johnny Drama from Entourage, and he loves it. At 20, you can chalk this real-life quote off to the naivety of youth. Yeah, man, I just think Chris Martin seems like a chill guy, hey? Like, he did that video in Newtown, so it's not an impossibility that we jam one day. But when you're 30 and you're saying that with a receding hairline, it gets a bit sad. Tip 6. Having a criminal record is funny, and it will give you a great story, but it does have some downsides. Tip 7. You think looking at people that are older than you, he's only got 2 friends, being old's lame. No, you've got it the wrong way around. Most of your friends suck, and through the wisdom of age, you start to realize that. In fact, it's 80% of people, so let's just give you a quick guide on how to cull your friends. Office workers that say, hey bitch, you want sushi for lunch? Oh my god, my work sucks. This white guy said something so problematic. Oh my god, have you seen insert celebrity say ... Yikes. Oh, you got a broken door, do ya? Yeah, no, I'll swim by after work. That's a legend. You hold on to him. Yeah, now just take the lemonade out of the fridge. Yeah, who cares? Legend. You! Massive Unless they also say, I was in India and I was part of the most hectic drum circle. They're a legend, but still stay away from them and just laugh at their social media updates. Allow them to march to the beat of their own drum. Tip 8. For the love of God, please do everything you can to avoid housemates. I know it's a rite of passage, but after a while you will start to realise living under a bridge, Chernobyl, Bankstown, all better options. You think leaving home, you're leaving your bird's nest to stretch your wings. I'll tell you the reality. The reality is you're trading in 2 parents that love, cook, and give you clothes for free for 5 shit-cunt siblings you're not actually related to and have no shared memories with. If you have or do live in a share house, tell me this isn't true. Have a conversation with one of your housemates and look at the undercurrent of the conversation. I can guarantee you to be this. If there was an apocalypse, I'd slit your throat and eat you the moment my stomach started grumbling. You don't think that's true? Be 1 day late for rent. Just one. Just as a test. If you don't get the vibe that if a comet was hurtling to Earth, they would strap you up on the roof to maybe protect their guitar, then you're not living with housemates, you're living with friends. Tell me that it is not better to live with 2 parents that if a comet was hurtling to the Earth, your dad would say, help me move the couch out of the bunker, mate. No, get Archie to do it. Nah, you're doing it. No, what? Oi, don't argue, do it. He's saving your life. The other ones just want cheap rent. Tip 9, and this is the most important piece of advice I can impart on you. You want to be asking yourself at least once a day, where do I want to be in 10 years' time? Because if you don't, I'll tell you where you'll be in 10 years' time. Share house. That or, dead. Yeah, that's right. You'll be going to that big, ironic dress-up party in the sky. Except the guy that'll be hassling you for rent there won't be someone who looks like Jesus. It will be Jesus. Yeah, I'm perfectly serious when I say this. Either get a trade or you'll be dead. Fact. Number 10, and I know that you are just watching a whining mum simulation at the moment. What are you going to do after university? You've only got 2 years left. But tip number 10, and I know that nutritionists are going to argue with me endlessly in the comments, but work for me. I'm still alive, aren't I? I want you to reduce the number of kebabs that you have from 10 to 5 a week and replace them with this. A bag of lettuce. A bag of lettuce a day keeps the doctor away. I just eat them like chips. Ask anyone who works with me. It is the bane of their existence, this sound. This should be your mantra. It'll give you untold energy in the most productive years that you have. Green equals good. Especially Japanese green tea cheesecake. Just live off that. Well, you need another green alternative? You can't find that? Green jelly from Pizza Hut. Anyway, thus concludes my very serious definitive list. If you would like more of these, subscribe to not this channel, jordanshanks.com, links in the description. That's pretty much all this was, just a giant advertisement for that. Tune in next week for my What I Wish I Knew in my 80s list, which will pretty much just be the wonderful world of prune juice. And does blackcurrant juice hold even a candle to the leading brands? There's only one way to find out, and that's by also subscribing to this channel. Yeah, it's a serious video that's coming, don't you worry about that. Oh, and almost forgot my secret Easter egg tip. Make sure that you get this limited edition brush shirt at friendlyjordies.com, as well as my stand-up show, Why John Howard Really Sucks. Both things that'll definitely help you out in your 20s. A shirt denigrating a deputy premier that is probably not yours, and a show outlining my personal hatred of a prime minister that you probably don't remember. Thanks for watching.
Please share and comment below. Comment.